Welcome PyCoders to the new video sessions for core Python tutorial for the beginners. So in the last video session, we have seen the functions in Python. At the part first, we have seen how to define a function, how to calling a function, and what is the difference in Python, which is pass by reference and pass by value. If you are not getting this part, you can check the part first for this video. Alright, so we have done with the part first. Now we want to see the part second, how the inner part second we want to define the function arguments, what is an anonymous function, and the return statements in Python. So if I'm talking about function arguments, we can call a function by using the following types of formal arguments. Okay, so there are some formal arguments that we will have. One, it is called required arguments. Another one is keyword, another one is default arguments, and another one is variable length argument. Now we will see it one by one. What is in required arguments, what is in keyword arguments, what is in default argument, and what is in variable length arguments. So in required arguments are the arguments passed to the function in correct positional order. That is more important. The required argument is passed in the function in correct positional order. Here the order is more important. All right, so here the number of arguments in a function call should be matched exactly with the function definition. All right, so to call the function, suppose I am defining the function which is called as print my name. Okay, so I'm just defining a function over here. In our last video tutorial we have seen this all the kinds of function that show message, change my list, which are the user defined function. All right, so here it seems what I will do is I will just create a one single function which is called print my name, which having the str1 as argument. All right, so in this function we will define a one single string as argument, and I will print that string over here. So print str1. I just write inside function, and I need to print the value of that str1. Right, so we have done with our function only a single code. And what if like I will call this function like this, print my name, but without passing the argument. I will save this code and check the error message that will comes in. So you can get a one single error message, that is a type error, missing one required positional argument. So this is called as a required positional argument. The required positional arguments are the argument passed to a function in correct positional order. Alright, so we have to define the order to resolve this error. I will just write str1, or I just write my name like this here, like Suraj. Alright, I will save this code out and checking the output by running it. You can get inside a function whatever the value that we have been provided, it will got executes like this. Right, so let's check it out for the keywords argument. So let's check it out for the keyword argument. In the keyword argument, the keyword arguments are related to the function calls. When you use the keyword argument in a function call, the caller identifies the arguments by the parameter name. Right, and this allows you to skip the argument or place them out of order, because of the Python interpreter is able to use the keywords provided to match the values within the parameters. Now you can also make the keywords to call the same function like this. What if like I supposed to be write the keywords at here. Okay, I will just go at here and I'm writing the same name like str1 equal to, this is a keyword str1 equal to value. I'm just saving it out. You can check it down like this. You can say the output is similar way. The following example gives us a more clear picture about the keywords. What if like you're not understanding the code, we will check out the one following way. What I will do is I will just simply write the two arguments to here. Okay, first one is name and another one is mobile number. I will just write mobile, and I will write inside a function, and we will print the values like this. First print, I need to print the name. All right, and this str1 is a name. Right, I'm just changing out the name of argument to, I'm writing the name like this. and I'm writing the name like this. Alright, and I'm printing out the mobile number. So mobile number, I'm just write mobile over here. Okay, and I'm placing down to the str1 replacing by the name. Okay, str1 is replacing by the name equal to Suraj, and I will write my mobile number, mobile equal to my original mobile number 386463. Alright, so I'm just saving down this code out. I'm checking down the execution of this code. You can get the name which is quite very equivalent to the keywords, and mobile which is quite very equivalent to the mobile. So all these variable I'll place it down here and execute from this code. Now we will see the keyword argument, we will see the required argument. Now we will see the default arguments in Python. Alright, so default, if I'm talking about default argument, a default argument is an argument that assumes a default value if a value is not provided in a function call. Alright, what if like I will have some default value like as a pi in our calculation, and some kind of banking programming, suppose the rate of interest which is very default one. So we can define it to the default arguments like this. So to define the default arguments, we will go with the first single example to define with the default arguments. What if like I am just changing the same program. Okay, what I will do is I am changing the same program. I will set my what I will do is simply I will write same thing. Okay, what I will do is I will provide the same name. Okay, name equal to, I just write here as Suraj. Alright, and what if like I just call the same function print my name, and I'm not providing the name over there, I'm providing the different number which is not, which is a invalid actually. I'm providing just mobile equal to, I'm writing here as mobile equal to. Alright, I'm saving down this code. Now let's check it out, the output of this code. Okay, no default argument is there. It will says non-default argument is there, and we have to define the arguments over to there by passing it. So how it will be like, I need to define the same variable. Okay, so same variable I gonna be defined that name equal to. So it is quite very simple, you can execute it by such a way like. Alright, to work with so far in Python, we cannot assign the default argument, which is nothing but the first argument of that particular way. So hereby I am defining the first argument, which are the default one. So what I will do is I will remove this out. Okay, we cannot write the that particular first argument as a default. So I am just check it out for the next one, which is this value as a mobile number. And what I will do is I will only pass at the first calling, I will only pass the name, and at the second calling I will pass the name as well, that mobile number. Alright, so let's check it out, the execution of this code. I'm just running this file, run model, and you can get the inside function name Suraj, the default mobile number is there, right? So and inside function name Kiran, and whatever the mobile number that we have passes, it can be works. So the default argument is quite very work like this, but in Python 3 we cannot place the first argument as a default argument of the function. Alright, so we will check it out for the length of variable. Alright, so to define the length of variable length arguments, you may need to process a function for more arguments than you specified while defining a function. These arguments are called variable length arguments and are not named in function definition, unlike required or default arguments. So I need to define this variable length argument by the asterisk symbol in a Python. And asterisk is placed before the variable name that holds the value of all non-keyword variable arguments, and this tuple remains empty if no additional arguments are specified during the function. Alright, so what I will do is I will just write one single function that will store two different value. One is called the value placed value, and another one we will define it by such a way. print my name, same function I will do. I will just define arguments and another argument that will define the variable name. So I'm just writing var. Right, so I need to define it inside our function. So what I will do, I will replace that code by such a way like print. I will write inside function. Okay, and I'm writing the print statement again, and the print statement must be like this: print with what I will do is simply the value of argument. So the argument equal to, we are printing down the value of argument, right? And we are writing the for loop for defining the same. So for v in var, and I'm printing down that variable. So print v every time, right? And we are replacing the calling. First, I will do the calling by simply passing the same variable name, and secondly, what I will do, I will just call the same way by passing down the multiple values. All right. So let's check it out. The output. I'm just running the code. Right, and you can get the argument is 10 10, which is quite very simple. And but here itself, in first example, we are not passing the second this argument, right? So it will not going to be printed in for loop, but at the second for loop we have printed 20 30 40. And what if like I will have the multiple values over there, it going to be printed like this. So what if I'm saving down to the 50 60, I'm running the model again, and you can check the output, which is called as 20 30 40 50 16, which is came by this for loop. So this gonna be works in the variable length as well. So we will see the anonymous function. The anonymous function will got executes by how it will got be created, and how the lambda will be useful for them. Alright guys, so we have done with the types of arguments in Python, which are the default arguments, then required arguments, variable length arguments, etc, etc. So we will see what is anonymous function in Python, how the anonymous function is going to be created, and what is the uses of anonymous functions in Python. So let's get started. To work with the anonymous function, the anonymous functions are anonymous because they are not declared in the standard manner using the def keyword. What it means, to define another anonymous function, I will not use that def keywords over to there, right? So this will be the first property. And then we will you can use the lambda keyword to define the small anonymous function. To define an anonymous function, we will use a lambda keyword to define with the same. So let's talk about something which is going to be related to the anonymous. All right, so lambda forms can take any number of arguments, but it will return only one single value, which is a form of expression, and they cannot contain the commands or the multiple instruction. What it means, the anonymous function will have only one instruction over to there. Alright, and which will be in the form of expression. An anonymous function cannot be a direct call to the print because lambda requires an expression, and the lambda functions have their own local namespace and cannot access the variables other than those in their parameter list and those in the global namespace. All right, so although it appears that lambda are in a one line versions of function, they are not equivalent to the inline statements in C or C++. So let's get started by writing the function over in Python. So what I will do is I will define a one single code here. Okay, I will define a one single anonymous function. I will write sum equal to, and I will write some lambda function like this lambda, right? Argument 1, it will have two argument, I say argument 2, and it will gonna be write the argument 1 plus argument 2. It will return that value argument 1 and argument 2. These are the parameters, and this is the expression which is got to be separated by the colon over here. All right, and what if like I need to call this function over to here, so I will write print the value of, I just write sum equal to, and we want to call this function, so I will write sum and defining the two arguments 10 20, and I will just check it out for the next one too. So what I will change the value is here like 40 20. Right, I will just save this code out and we will check the execution about the same. So I will just run coding and you can get the output is like this. I need to install the lambda over to there. All right, so what I will do is just sorry, I'm just spelling down the mistake. The lambda must be like this, bda. All right, we will saving down this code and we will check the execution about the same by pressing F5. Right, and you can get the sum which is related to the 30 and 60 will be there. So by such a way you can create the anonymous function. To define the anonymous function, the function those have only one single statement as a block over to there, so you can write in argument 1 and argument 2, and which is followed by such a way, and the sum we can define by such a way in anonymous functions in Python. So let's get started to the next by writing the return statements in Python. We will check it out, the return statements in Python. The statements return with the expression exist a function. Optionally passing the back value expression to the caller, the return statement which no arguments is the same as a return none. And if suppose what if like I need to return something value from the function, okay, I will define a one single function over to there. What I will do is I will just create a single function which is called as a sum and which will have two arguments over to there, right? And I need to generate c equal to a plus b and I need to return this c. So return c. All right, and I need to call this function. See, the calling of function will be done by the two different way. You can call this function in print as well, like this, the sum equal to, and we will write sum of 10 and 20. All right, so this is the first way, and second way you need to create the same variable and then you can call this like 40, I said 50, and I will print down the same variable here, the sum equal to, I can directly define the. All right, we are saving this file down and we are checking the execution by pressing F5. You can get the sum which is related to this is 30 and sum which is related to this is 90. So that how you can return a single value from the function, which is quite very similar to the anonymous. But the drawback of anonymous function is you can write only one line of instruction as a function. But here it seems you, if what if like you need to write the multiple instruction as well, you can check it out by such a way. All right, so we have done by our second part. In second part we want to see the functional arguments, the required argument, then keyword argument, default arguments, variable length argument, and we have seen the anonymous function as well, and we have seen the return statements in function 2. Alright, so guys, so we have done with our basics function chapter. So in next chapter we will firstly see the scope of variables. Those are the global and local variables. Alright, so please stay tuned to our channel and let's have some look out the concept. Guys, if you like this video, please give us a thumbs up. Please like, do share, do subscribe to our channel. Thanks for watching this video. Happy coding.